Welcome everybody here to Thursday night. We're back with the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series, and tonight we're going road course racing here at Watkins Glen. Should be a lot of fun here tonight. We've got a pretty big field as well, so it's going to be really interesting. No full course cautions as we typically do. The road courses here, it'll only be local cautions, and unless they just, I mean, really wad themselves up on the first lap, Jamie. But man, I'm looking forward to this one. This should be a lot of fun.
It should be. Usually road courses can be pretty boring here on iRacing, especially when you're dealing with the NASCAR style vehicles. Guys, typically it's not their forte, but that should not be the case tonight. We have got some really competitive lap times being put up in this field. Seems to be coming in about groups of four, the guys that are within about a half a second of each other. So this race really should be exciting. Can't wait to see him get after it.
Yeah, I can't wait either. I mean, give them a few laps. You know, they'll get everything sorted out. We'll start to see the field kind of space itself out. They got a couple extra sets of tires laying in the pits. We've limited the fuel here as well to ensure they're going to have to make one pit stop about the halfway point here. But once this thing gets spaced out a little bit, it's going to be interesting because I mean we've got almost 30 trucks here tonight, so I think our leaders are always going to be in some sort of traffic, whether it is they're battling themselves or they're battling, trucks they're coming up on the lap or whatever the case may be. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this. But qualifying has ended, and we are getting ready to take the green here in a little while. So let's get through our starting lineup tonight. Starting on the pole tonight is going to be Joseph Causey in that 33 truck with a lap time of 112.687. So congratulations to him. Starting at his outside, our brother from down under, Scott Rankin in the 49 from Indy Auto Sports. Starting in third, Goat Locker Racing's own road course ringer, Cody McIllwain in the 6. To his outside, Joe Yakes in the 87, another Indy Auto Sports entry. Starting at fifth is going to be Trevor McManus in the 9 truck. I haven't seen him in a little while. Great to have him back out here. Starting sixth is going to be Mike Browning in the number 4. Seventh, Jake Ham in the 3. I feel like I just read off the entire Indy Auto Sports team right there.
I agree.
Hmm. All right, starting at 8th, Nathan Somerville in that number 1 machine. Starting at ninth is Andy Kurtz in the 48. 10th is going to be Jamie Mullins in that 66 from Grave Intentions Racing. Starting at 11th, another Goat Locker Racing entry, which is going to be Alex Cruz in the number 5. And to his outside, another Goat Locker Racing teammate, Ryan Pendleton in the number 23. Starting in 13th, last year's champion, Nate Maurer in the 971. And then starting in 14th is going to be Tony Minton in that Captain Crunch truck. And then I'll turn it over to you, Jamie, for the bottom half of the field.
Right. Starting 15th, number 59, Timothy DeLugas. Starting 16th, number 41, James Kaufman. Starting 17th, Simbox Racing, it's number 77, Doug Neal. Starting 18th, it's the Piano Man, number 22, William Schroeder. Starting 19th, number 70, Tommy Cook. Starting 20th, number 17, Michael Yakes. Starting 21st, number 31, Justin White. Starting 22nd, and number 38, Greg Barnett. Starting 23rd, number 21, Pennsylvania Racing's Anthony Radel. Starting 24th, number 114, Travis Bieber. Starting 25th, double zero, John Anthony. Starting 26th, number 12, Dustin Harrell. Starting 27th, number 64, Matt Knights. Neither Mark Holyfield or I are in this field tonight. I guess that'll be starting 28th. Number 24, Greg Sherman, and rounding out the fields, starting 29th is the number 28 of Tommy Osborne.
So, like we were talking about, big field here tonight. And gonna have to really see. And like you were talking, Jamie, we've got some of the guys up front that were all within about a half second of each other, and then you've got another pack that was within a half second of each other. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this all kind of gets spaced out a little bit. And then, of course, we're going to throw in a green flag stop in the middle of this race. So it's going to change it up here a little bit, but I know quite a few of these guys here do a lot of road racing. So I'm sure these guys are looking forward to this tonight as well.
Yeah,
Long
definitely.
pace laps here.
Definitely some different names up at the top of the leaderboard here start this race tonight, so a little bit different than I expected to see for sure. Hopefully it's going to provide for some good racing.
Well, if nothing else, at least hopefully the Indy Auto Sports guys will take each other out. I mean, that'll make it a good night. Except for Mike Browning. We like Mike Browning. I guess I like Joe Yakes, too. I do like Joe Yakes. Joe's a good dude.
Yeah, I like Scott.
And Scott likes Scott.
He does. But Scott's that kind of guy, you know, he's got a big heart and he'll give you the
He
shirt
does.
off the back, so.
He definitely does. And, I mean, to round the whole thing out, since we're commenting on their team, nobody likes Trevor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, nobody. I'm sure there's someone. His wife probably loves him and all that other fun stuff. Alrighty, pace truck pulls off. We're getting ready to get underway here. Green flag is out, and we're going to race down to turn number 1 here. Everybody stacked up side by side. We're going to have to see how this first braking zone goes.
If I want to watch this.
Looks like get everybody through there okay. Top 3 trucks are got in single file here with Joseph Causey out front. Scott Rankin has fallen back into second position. Cody McIllwain real loose in the S's there, saves it. Now he's going to have Trevor McManus get down to his inside heading into the bus stop.
Well, I'm thinking everybody got through the S's cleanly.
Seeing a couple people that have allegedly crashed. Tommy Osborne, J.B. Mullins. So we'll go back and take a look, but I think everybody, well, we see Kaufman right there that was lost it in the bus stop. Looks like everybody else is still pointed in the right direction, Jamie. Jamie Mullins is now coming through, so a lot of those, maybe some guys got tangled up in the back there, but it looks like everybody's pointed in the right direction, so we will call it a good lap number 1 as Joseph Causey comes across start-finish line. Leads the field by about 8/10 of a second right now. Cody McIllwain back underneath Trevor McManus, heading down into turn number 1 to retake that 3rd position.
Mike Browning used an overrun area there at turn 1. That used to be nothing but gravel back in the day, so fortunately for him, that's all paved now. He will get back on track and keep going.
Kind of sharp looking truck there too tonight. Let's check back in on a couple of our Goat Locker Racing Zone. There's Ryan Pendleton, who's moved up into 9th position. Alex Cruz right now sitting back in 11th, right where he had started. So not a lot of big movers right now. Tommy Cook is up 5 spots in that 70 truck. He's now up into 14th position. Up 7 spots right now is John Anthony in that 00 truck. Up 8 spots is Matt Knights in the 64, now up to 19th position. Tommy Osborne's jumped 10 positions right now as he is up to 20th. Looks like he's just trying to take it easy through the track here. Is a couple trucks working their way around him. Okay, let's head back up front and check in on our leader. I don't think we have any trucks any laps down here, but timing and scoring showing it a little bit off, so we'll keep an eyeball on things. I'm sure iRacing will keep everything straight. Scott Rankin is definitely not letting Joseph Causey get away right now.
Oh, he's definitely maintaining the pace with him. Cody finds himself back a little bit. He's been back there about 2 seconds back since the start. So I'm sure they're just feeling it out right now. Letting these tires come in before they start really getting after it.
Yep, so we got some of these guys back here battling it out. We see Joe Yakes in that 87 machine. Trevor McManus right behind him. So Trevor McManus has dropped back to where he started at in 5th position. And now Nathan Summerville takes a look to the inside of Trevor, but not going to be able to make that move right now, coming off that last corner. So we'll see if he's able to get him down into the braking zone and down into turn 1. Yeah, that would be a no. Uh, I thought he was going to be a little closer than that. I built up drama where there was no drama. But again, as we kind of talk about pre-race, everything's going to start to kind of space itself out here a little bit. Everybody kind of finding their own spot to run right now. Don't see a whole lot of side-by-side racing. Some of these trucks are able to move back up through the field. Looks like Jamie Mullins has moved himself back up into 19th position after starting in 10th. So it's a slow march up there, but again, must have had some problems there at the start. And I almost thought we had a truck around, but it was one of the safety vehicles parked on the side of the track.
Yeah, it kind of gets me when it comes to that spot too sometimes. Those trucks are parked awful close over there.
Yeah. Caught me off guard, and we'll take a look at Greg Sherman here in that number 24 machine back in 27th position. Always got to give a shout out to Uncle Greggy.
We just had our first car go a lap down, the 114 at Travis Bieber. Has lost a lap here in the first 5 laps of this race.
Yeah, tough break for that 114. Must just not have the handle on that truck right yet. Go back in and check on last year's champion, Nate Maurer, in the 971, now running in 12th position after starting in 13th. So just having himself a smooth race. And I think a lot of these guys, at least I know when I'm in some of these road course races, once you kind of find your spot, you just kind of ride there. You want to get to that first pit stop. No real use in trying to burn the equipment up or run hard. Got a truck around. Jake Ham is around outside the bus stop there, and Ryan Pendleton as well. Looks like he went through the grass. Don't know if those two trucks got tangled up there. Rewind here a little bit since we caught it live. Yes, those two trucks went into the bus stop side by side. Ryan Pendleton came off that curbing. Jake Ham was there, and both those trucks go around. Tough break for both of those drivers.
But look, it's Watkins, Glen, and that can happen to just about anybody in the field. So right now, you just need to keep fighting, get back out there, and hope you can improve your position before this race is over.
And I tell you what, Joseph Causey is gone.
He is, man. I mean, he is just
lost a lot of time there through the bus stop because of that lap truck.
Let it all hang out there on the outside of that corner. Got some grass, but it seems to be affecting him at all.
Yeah, he lost close to a second there trying to get around that lap truck. Just a bad place to catch a lapper there. So that pulls Scott Rankin back within a half second. And I tell you, we've said it many a times. I mean, Scott Rankin is a very accomplished road racer. From all the stuff he does in IMSA and whatever the heck other road racing stuff he does, I'm going to try to sound intelligent here, and I'm not. But he does a ton of road racing, so it is not surprising to see him up challenging up in the top 3 right
now. No, absolutely not. Really the only surprise for me tonight is, Joseph Causey. Not first race we've seen him out here. Not really sure. Oh my goodness.
What happened?
Wow. Oh, Greg Sherman was off pace in the bus stop and was trying to get out of the way, but really kind of put himself more in the way. But Scott Rankin was able to narrowly get by him. Unfortunately, that is going to cost Scott quite a bit of time to Joseph Causey.
Yeah, so now that gap has grown to 3.5 seconds.
We got quite a crowd here in the on the stream tonight on broadcast. Mama Ellingson, of course, is in here, and Lady J, that's Ryan Pendleton's mom, she's in here.
Nice.
Jake Ellingson is in here. He was at his daughter's concert tonight, and he missed
Ah,
the race. So I remember him saying something the other day that he
yep.
wouldn't be here.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, hopefully he's really enjoying that.
Yeah,
Those are awesome experiences to be able to do.
that's right. And Brandon Wallace is in here. Not sure why he's not racing.
Scared of
Maybe
road
he's trying-
courses, probably.
Maybe he's just trying to learn something. I don't know.
Mm.
I saw Regis Clark in here. I'm not sure why he's not racing tonight. I'm pretty sure he likes road courses.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple of them this season. I mean, obviously tonight we're here at Watkins Glen, and for a lot of guys, this is their favorite road course. I know for me, it's one of my favorite. It's just the one you kind of learn first, you get adjusted to first. It's probably one of the easiest driving ones as well. But we threw a little bit of a curveball. So in the latter part of the season, before we get into the playoffs, we're heading to Sonoma. And for a lot of guys, they don't have a whole lot of experience there, and that is a very different road course than this one.
Absolutely. Much more technical. Not as bad as Coda, but you definitely got to deal with a little more road course type stuff. Watkins Glen is much faster than Sonoma is, for sure.
Yeah, we'll go back in and check in on Ryan Pendleton, as a matter of fact. And, that Veterans 48 truck has looked a little better. It looks a little shorter as he backed it into the wall there when him and Jake Ham got together. But he is moving his way back up through the field. He's now taken over 12th position, it looks like, right now. So still a lot of speed in that truck. When they hit pit road, I'm sure he'll get his fast repair done, get him some new tires, and I think he can definitely work his way back up into the top 10 for sure. Check in on. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, not much of a development with the lead, but Cody McIllwain has caught Scott Rankin. They are almost bumper to bumper right now.
Oh, and Scott really hangs it out coming off that final corner there. I think once Cody finds himself in a groove, he's made up a little time on the leader here. I think he can find himself into a groove. We've seen Cody do this a lot. Cody is, again, we've talked about Scott Rankin. Cody's a very accomplished road racer himself. I know I've taken a lot of lessons from him, and he's gotten us involved in more road racing as we've done some of the endurance races, like the 24 Hours of Daytona. We don't talk much about Bathurst. That didn't go so well for us, but we gave it a shot. You know, we got Sebring coming up, and it's been a lot of fun, and it's been a lot of fun to kind of develop that side. For me, that side of my racing skill set.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's something I just kind of always stayed away from, and now I kind of regret that maybe I didn't put more effort into that early on. But you know, it's not too late to learn it. Just you know, should probably be further along with it than what I am. But it's been a lot of fun. Really like the endurance thing. I like the team aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's probably the biggest part for me is just the whole team thing.
Yeah, that's definitely what's made it a whole lot of fun. I mean, I agree with you, Jamie. The team aspect of it, and, you know, a lot of that also kind of bleeds over to, you know, what these guys are doing out here within Goat Locker, you know, racing series. We have a lot of teams. We have the Indy Auto Sports guys, which we tend to crack on a little bit. They are a great group of guys, except for Trevor. And you know, we have our Goat Locker racing drivers. Not only me and you, Jamie, when we get a chance to get behind the wheel of the car, but we do have Alex. We've got Ryan, we've got Cody, and then we've got our little stepchild, Jake Ellingson. And
Redheaded child.
Sorry, that's true. I don't want to get him too close to the family here. But you know, we had a lot of fun on Tuesday night. The five of us were out there, everybody except for Alex, running super late models. And it's kind of rare that all of us get together to be able to race together. Man, did we have a lot of fun. So, yeah, that team aspect of it really makes racing a ton of fun.
Yeah, for sure. Oh. Got a little wide there.
Yeah, and they've been able to... They've taken a little bit of time off the leader. They're both, you know, 4.1 and 4.6 seconds back here. So, still a lot of racing left to go. Still 28 laps to go. We're still going to have to do a green flag pit stop, so a lot of things can change. But we'll go back in and check on some of our other drivers here. Nate Mauer's been able to move up 4 spots now, and he's got that truck up into the 9th position, so good top 10 right now. Doug Neal from Simbox Motorsports, and it's one of my favorite paint schemes. Not sure, I just love that paint scheme that he has, and I love the colors. But he's moved that truck up into a top 10 position right now, up 7 spots from where he had started. William Piano Man Schroeder, haven't talked about him tonight. Got the Milwaukee Bucks truck out there. He's up 5 spots right now, up to that 13th position. Jake Ham, and again, we saw him and Ryan Pendleton get tangled up there together. He has fallen back to 14th position. Tony Minton in that Captain Crunch truck that looks like it got crunched. A lot of nose damage to that thing. But he is running back in 15th position right now. Jamie Mullins continues to kind of work his way up through the field. He is up to 16th position right now, so he continues to make his way up through the field. Timothy DeLugas, with a really beat-up truck. The whole nose of that thing is all goofed up. But hanging in there in 17th position, James Kaufman in that 41 running back in 18th. Matt Knights having himself a solid night, up 8 spots from where he'd started, up to 19th. Racing side by side with Tommy Cook right now in that green and purple. It's a truck. I'll get it out. Mike Yates in that number 17 machine. I haven't called his number yet tonight, but they're running back in 21st position. Craig Barnett, and again, another one of the paint schemes that I truly enjoy, in that number 38, running back in 22nd. Travis Bieber right now running in 23rd. John Anthony in 24th. Anthony Radel in that 21 machine running in 25th position. And a really cool Air Force truck, and I think I commented that on last race. That is a really cool paint scheme he has.
Yeah, it is.
Tommy Osborne in that 28 machine, running back at 26. There's old Greg Sherman, running back at 27. Dustin Harrell, haven't called his number yet tonight. Running in 28th position right now. And I think that's everybody out on the track right now. We got 28 trucks out here. No changes up front right now, as Joseph Causey continues to lead this race as he's done from the drop of the green flag. And then we've got Scott Rankin and Cody McIllwain that have kind of stayed in touch with each other. We'll see Joe Yakes and Trevor McManus, again, 2 trucks that have stayed real close to one another. Those guys are about 15 seconds back, and then we'll have Nate Summerville, who's kind of running in his own little area right now. He's about 4 seconds back of Joe Yakes and Trevor McManus, and about 13 seconds up on Alex Cruz right now, who runs in 7th position. But Alex having himself a great run so far.
Yeah, really solid run by a lot of guys out here. Just, I guess really the difference is Joseph Causey is just a freaking machine.
Yeah, we see Tony Minton on pit road, and that truck is smoking. So I'm thinking he probably got into the wall again at some point in time. He's going to have to come grab that fast repair. Yep, and smoke stops. Brand new looking truck. He'll get back underway, and looking at the laps, I don't know that he can make it from here or not, but I don't think he had much of a choice. He had to bring it down pit lane with it smoking like that. And we'll head back up front here, check in on our leader. Let's bring up the old track map, and which is now blocked by the G2G Trailers decal up in the upper right-hand corner. Smooth camera work going on here right now. Smooth camera work. But you can kind of see here, and I can change a couple things up here. We'll just throw the ticker up. We'll throw the map over here. Hey, there we go. And you can see obviously the shape of the track and all that stuff. But as we were talking about at the beginning of the race, there are trucks everywhere right now, Jamie. I mean, they're all around this track, and the green circle around the 33 denotes that's our leader right now. And we'll see, as you kind of see him come through the corners here, but trucks everywhere. I mean, there's a little bit of gaps here and there, but these guys will be in traffic all night long.
Yeah, and now Cody is pulling back up again on the back of Scott Rankin. So that battle for second place is heating up once again. See if they can start making any more progress towards the front here to try to catch Joseph Causey.
Yeah, we'll watch this battle right now as those two trucks driving hard. Both of them knowing they probably got about 5 or 6 laps to that pit stop, so might as well use these tires up, knowing you're getting ready to get a fresh set here very shortly. Coming up on a lap truck right now, so that truck gets up out of the way going into the carousel. Oh, that's Scott hanging it out.
Yeah, you know, this track this setup with on this truck does not seem to be tightening up as this run goes along. It seems to get looser and looser. Seeing guys really struggling to keep that truck underneath them right now. So not typical. Usually, you know, it gets tighter as the run goes on, but that is not the case tonight from what it looks like.
You know, the air temperature outside for tonight's race, or today's race, so they're racing in the day, was 70 degrees, but if we saw pre-race, the track temperature was 94, so it might have, you know, heated up here a little bit, and track temperature's probably gone up and made it a little bit more slick out here, but like you were saying, Jamie, not typical what you see at Watkins Glen here. Seeing these trucks continue to kind of hang out the rear end there.
I'm sure these guys are, Scott and Cody probably think it's really fun to drive.
Oh, I'm sure they're having a blast. I'm sure they're having a blast battling each other. So you see them move around Anthony Riddle in that 21 machine. Continue to kind of keep our eye on this battle here. Let's go back in and check on Joe Yates and Trevor McManus, who continue to run very close to one another. Two teammates there. We'll take a look at Trevor McManus. A little different paint scheme here. I've never kind of that slate gray sim racer coin truck there. Complete opposite is Joe Yates.
Yeah,
with
I like that.
Purple and flames and everything else going on, and big chrome numbers on the side.
Yeah. Every time I mean, he's got not just that truck. He runs. I think his Xfinity scheme is similar to that. I think. And it's very Grateful Dead looking to me.
Okay. Yep. I could see that.
I always think of Jerry Garcia when I see that. See that paint scheme.
Let's go back in and check on a couple of the Goat Locker Racing drivers. Ryan Pendleton, who still runs back in that 13th position. So, I mean, decent recovery there considering he went all the way around and backed it into the wall.
We've got a pass here. Cody has gotten around Scott Rankin. Was looking to see if Scott was going to get hit with a time penalty because he was really in the grass coming out of the bus stop on that right-hander there. But I guess he didn't get a penalty. It just slowed him down enough that Cody was able to make the pass and get around him. So
you just see Scott slinging that truck around.
Yes, he is. Probably a couple laps away from making their green flag pit stop. And I'm sure that 49 truck is ready for some new tires.
Yeah, because, I mean, he is just, he's got his hands full. Cody makes that pass, moves that number 6 machine up into second spot right now as they come up on the 00 coming up through the S's here. We'll kind of keep an eye on our leader to see when he comes down on pit road here because we're going to reach that halfway point here. So you'd have to assume to cut this race in half, no reason to stay out any longer. You know, a caution's not going to come or any of those types of things, so there's no gamble there. So come get your tires when you can, cut the thing in half, and keep the party moving.
I have to keep an eye on pit stops and see if there's any change in positions from pit stops because, you know, as good as Joseph Causey's running, if you don't make a good pit stop, his lead is going to vanish.
He stays out that lap there, so he has not brought it down pit lane. Cody McIllwain stays on track as well, and there goes Scott Rankin. So Scott Rankin, the first of our leaders to come down pit road. They are on lap number 20 of our scheduled 40 here tonight. We'll watch the pit stop here of Scott Rankin as he brings that 49 down pit road.
We got our good buddy Armin Brusso in the stream tonight. Haven't seen him around in a while. Good to see him out here, and he's trying to raise a fund to get Scott Rankin a black flag. I told him it'd be $3.
I mean, it's down and away after making his green flag pit stop here, so we'll head back up front and check in on our leader, Joseph Causey, who continues to run out front, but Cody McIllwain, he's probably chopped about 0.3 off. He's down to 4.7, so we'll see here if they bring it down pit road this time by. And there comes our leader right now. Cody McIllwain as well brings it down pit road. Real aggressive getting onto pit road, but that's not real surprising. And so we'll watch these two as they should be pitting next to one another. We see Joe Yakes and Trevor McManus also come down pit road. Joseph Causey hits his pit box there. Cody McIllwain into his.
Oh, no.
And he slides through or gets too far over. What a bummer. He's gonna
break for the 6.
Yeah, he's gonna lose some time to our leader over that one. And Scott Rankin is now moved up into second position. Has gotten around Cody during this set of stops there, so tough break for that six truck.
Yeah.
But
as talked about, pit stops are going to be important. Going to make or break this race. How good you could get on and off pit road.
And we got one truck that is still on track right now. That is Nathan Summerville. We've got a few trucks that are still out there, but Nathan Summerville has taken over the lead of this race.
My goodness. Somebody went out wide and took out the cones. Is that with the 70 of Tommy Cook?
Nathan Summerville still stays on track here. Take a look at Tommy Cook right here. Well, he didn't take any of the cones with him.
No, he didn't take them with him, but he definitely went wide and went through them. Not sure if he got a time penalty for that or not.
We're seeing most of the trucks that have come down pit road already. Cody McIllwain has come back down pit road. Not sure if he got speeding on an exit or what the case may be, but he has had to come back down onto pit road.
Those things tend to happen,
Yep, and he is being held in his pit box. So
you make a mistake, you get frustrated for making that mistake, and then you end up compounding the problem by making more mistakes. So definitely a tough break for the 6. Not going to be the night I'm sure he planned on having here.
Oh my goodness, Scott Rankin has gotten into something because the front end of his truck is all tore up.
Nate Summerville has pulled his truck onto pit road.
Yep. Leader down pit road right now. They'll turn the lead of this race back over to Joseph Causey. I think Joe's going to have quite the lead here after seeing the front end of Scott Rankin's truck all boogered up. I'm thinking he ran into some issues there. Yeah, Scott Rankin is over 15.5 seconds back of our leader.
Wow.
Cody McIllwain is back out on track. He has fallen to 8th position.
Well, it's looking like Nathan Summerville has held on to second place after that pit stop. Or his timing and scoring just not caught up on my end. Oh no, he's just now
5th. I'm showing him 5th.
Okay, he's just now coming off pit.
Yep. Trevor McManus and Joe Yakes still running nose to tailgate here. Trevor McManus out front at this point in time, and that'll move Trevor McManus up into third spot. Joe Yakes into fourth. Nathan Summerville, after staying out on track a couple extra laps, gets his pit stop done and is now in fifth position. Alex Cruz has moved his way up into sixth. Nate Maurer up into seventh. Cody McIllwain, as we've kind of chronicled his pit stop woes here, he has fallen back to eighth position, but he does have a couple trucks in front of him, so I expect he'll make a couple passes here. Andy Kurtz in that 48 machine is running in ninth. Mike Browning is going to round out the top 10 right now in that number 4 machine. We'll go back in and check on a couple other trucks here. And Ryan Pendleton has come on and off pit road as well. Well, yeah, I think so. The truck is still all kind of boogered up on the back end. Maybe he decided not to use that fast repair, but he is back in 15th position right now. Somebody should tell Ryan if he wasn't driving a Ford, these things would happen to him.
I don't think he cares.
No, we've had this conversation a few times. And my opinion does not seem to matter much to him.
No.
No, especially when it comes to cars.
That's even phasing.
No, but I mean, he comes from a really big racing background. I know his parents own Cruising Classics there in Ohio, and he's always been around cars and classic cars and hot rods and things along those lines. So he definitely has the knowledge about them and all those types of things. And I think we've talked about it a couple times, and even me and you, Jamie, I just think you grow up one way. There's no in particular reason why. It's like you're either going to grow up and be a policeman or a firefighter, and you either like Ford or Chevy.
Yep.
These lines get drawn in the sand way back in elementary school, and you just never cross back over them again.
That's probably true. I can't say never, but yeah, there's a lot of truth to that.
Oh my goodness, the front end of Cody McIllwain's truck is all tore up.
What are these guys hitting? Are there deer running out on the track or something?
I don't know, man. Every time I go back to check on one of these trucks, the front end of it's all messed up. But Cody McIllwain has definitely gotten into something there. Front end of that 6 machine is all boogered up here. And I know for a fact the driver of that 6 machine is not happy right now. Probably pretty frustrated through that series of pit stops, and obviously had to serve a speeding penalty there, and then now has come back out on track and gotten into something. But he stays hammered down. As we check in on our leader right now, who enjoys an 18-second lead with 14 laps left here to go tonight. And thanks to everybody that's tuned in on the Goat Locker Racing Network. We're here at Watkins, Glen tonight. Been a lot of great road racing, but Jamie, we've seen some mistakes too.
Yeah, we have seen some mistakes from some guys. Definitely don't expect to make them, but it's I guess averages say this kind of stuff happens. So right now, Joseph Cossey is the man of the hour, really dominating this race. And when we saw the practice speeds and the qualifying times, this is not the race I expected us to get here tonight.
Now I expected a little bit tighter racing there, and it was there for a little while. Scott Rankin and Cody McIllwain kind of got caught up with some lap traffic coming through the carousel, lost a ton of time. But once they lost that time, they seemed to be able to maintain that gap. So it was going to be interesting to see, as they came off pit road, what they were going to be able to do. But mistakes by both of those drivers, whether it was, Cody, missing the pit box there and the speeding penalty, and then Scott Rankin obviously turned that truck around somewhere on this track to lose that much time to our leader. Go back here and check in on a couple of other drivers here. Let's check in on old Piano Man. That Milwaukee Bucks number 22 running in 15th position, up 3 spots from where he started. Tommy Cook is really having himself a pretty decent night here in that 70 machine, running in up 3 spots in 16th. And it's a clean truck, and oftentimes here at Watkins Glen, I mean, if you can finish the race with a clean truck, you're probably going to have a good finish.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Jamie Mullins has now moved his truck up into 12th position, so he continues to pick up spots as he's working his way up through the field after a first lap incident there. That sent him back into the field, but he threw some, obviously a really good pit stop and some great racing. He's moved up into 12th. Jake Ham is up to 11th right now. Still see some damage to the right front of that 3 machine. Doug Neal is in 13th from Simbox Motorsports. We'll head back up front again and check in on our leader, as he's coming up on a heavy amount of traffic here. Oh, Greg Sherman through the bus stop grass. All these trucks seem to be cordial enough to get out of the way of the 33 here.
Yeah, Greg is, it's been an adventure for Greg tonight.
They don't call him Swervin' Sherman for no reason.
That's right. He's living up to that name.
It's been awesome to have Greg be a part of this series and hanging out with us, and I know he enjoys coming out here on Thursdays and running these trucks. I'm not sure he's having a whole lot of fun behind the wheel of that 24 truck right now, but overall I think he enjoys himself when he comes out here and races in this truck series.
Yeah, I always like having Greg around.
Yep, Alex Cruz in that number 5 machine, the Gill Insurance Advisors. Goat Locker Racing truck entry there, running back in 7th position. Had himself a solid night. Started in 11th, up to 7th right now. Just kind of been running his own race. He's got his teammate Cody McIllwain in front of him. Cody continued to make some laps here. Cody has moved himself up into 6th position. So he's been able to work himself around a couple of these trucks here, Alex Cruz and Nate Maurer. But he is quite a ways back from Nathan Summerville in 5th position right now. About 15 seconds back of him. 12 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on the field here, but been some good racing. We've seen some side-by-side racing. We still currently have 14 trucks on the lead lap, Ryan Pendleton being the last truck on the lead lap right now. And we'll go back in and kind of check in on him. I swear that truck looks shorter, Jamie.
Yeah, wow.
It just does. It just looks short.
When you back it into the fence, it tends to get that way.
I don't know that I've ever seen it that pronounced here in iRacing, though. I mean, it's just like, it looks like a smushed can.
Yeah, I don't think that thing would pass the template right now, but...
No, sir.
But if he can keep that thing on the lead lap, if he can finish his race, he's still got 10 laps to hold on to it, but I'd call that a good run.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, who else can we check in on? Check in on old Tommy Osborne in that number 28 machine, running back in 26th position. Had himself a solid night. He's up 4 spots from where he started. Been pretty cordial, kind of getting out of everybody's way, running his own little race. But making laps here. Dustin Harrell in that good-looking John Deere machine, running back in 27th position. And I believe Tony Minton has retired that truck for the night. But I do not see him out on track. I think that leaves us 27 trucks still left on track. 2 trucks have retired for this evening. So not a lot of attrition here tonight.
No, not at all. Good field to start, and they've all stuck it out. I know road racing for some of these guys is definitely not probably all that enjoyable, but it's part of it. So glad to see guys, at least embracing it for the few times that we actually run road courses. So definitely good to see.
Check in on Joe Yakes here, running back in 4th position. And again, Trevor McManus had himself a pretty solid night. Started in 5th, he's up to 3rd. I don't know if you can key up Joe on race comms there, but Joe needs to move around Trevor because if Trevor finishes in third, JD, we've got to interview him.
I know.
So somebody needs to light a fire under Joe.
Maybe Trevor can get his wife to stand in, and we'll just talk to her because
Okay.
nobody wants to talk to Trevor.
Nobody. Nate Maurer, last year's champion here, running up in 8th position, hanging out with Alex Cruz right now. There's old James Kaufman in that 41 machine, in the beef machine. Oh, I get it now. Kaufman Farms. That's probably what the beef thing's all about.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't put one and one together too quickly.
That's okay. I guess we could always ask the age-old question.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the beef?
That's true. But, like, nobody would probably even understand that reference.
And right now, the beef is running in 16th place.
That was my nickname back in college. Every time I say something like that, like me and my wife are watching TV, and I'm like, that was my nickname back in college. My wife will just look at me and she's like, I was with you when you were in college. You remember that? You didn't actually go to like a brick and mortar. So you didn't have a nickname. You weren't a part of a fraternity. I'm like, stop killing my dreams. Love her to death. Alrighty, back to the race though. Nobody needs to learn about my college career tonight. Joseph Cosby continues to lead this race very commandingly. We check back in on golly, and Scott Rankin again, just all over the place in that truck. Saw him get real lucid coming out of turn number 1 there. Trevor McManus having himself a very solid night running in third, as we kind of talked about a little bit.
And he's opening a gap on Joe Yeg, so he must have heard us, and we probably upset him now because he's putting the work in.
Check back in on that number 6 machine of Cody McIllwain, running in 6th position right now. Again, just kind of hanging out in the zip code of his own. He is cut over 6 seconds into Nathan Summerville. He is only 9.5 back at this point in time, so Cody McIllwain laying down some lap times for sure.
Yeah, you know, and those two guys, they have swapped first and second place finishes through the first 2 races of the season. So, and now here they are again running, you know, right with each other here, possibly having a battle for 5th place before this is all said and done. So.
It'll be close. I mean, it'll definitely be close. You kind of keep an eye on the lap times here. But Cody making up over a second a lap at this point in time. I tell you, Jamie, that last lap, he was 2.6 seconds faster than Nathan Summerville.
Wow. Something happened to Nathan Summerville? I mean,
he ran a 1:16.8, and Cody ran a 1:14.2. So I don't know if Nathan had come up on some traffic or whatever. Oh my goodness! And he almost gets cut off there by Timothy DeLucas in the 59 machine. That was a little close. And Cody McIllwain still making up all kinds of time now within 7.5 seconds. So this might come down to a pretty interesting finish between those 2 trucks.
Yeah. Might turn out to be about the only interesting finish on the track because Joseph Causey continues to just build his lead, and now he's out to a 22-second lead over second place Scott Rankin. Joseph Causey is almost in a position where he can just pull in the pits and call it a day. Everybody else catch up, I guess. That
time by Cody McIllwain about a second faster than Nathan Summerville, so he continues to eat into that lead. and that'll be the battle for 5th and 6th position right now. And like you said, we'll check back in on our leader, the 33 truck of Joseph Causey, who has absolutely dominated this race here tonight. As he crosses the start-finish line, we have 5 laps left here to go. I'd be remiss to one of our great sponsors, Jam Printing and Promotions, Amber Sheffer, who is the owner and CEO of that company, underwent double knee replacement surgery yesterday.
Ooh.
So all of us, send our well wishes and speedy recovery to her. Jam Printing Promotions has been an outstanding sponsor of ours, and she's been a great friend of mine for years. And, she loves what we do here at Goat Locker Racing. So our thoughts are with you, Amber, as you're recovering, and hopefully we'll see you here in a few weeks.
Yeah, that takes guts to do both of those at the same time. I've seen quite a few guys that I work with that have had knee replacements, and they say the rehab for those is excruciating. She's going to have to do that on both knees at the same time. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Amber, do one at a time.
Well, it's all over with now.
Yeah.
It went down yesterday. So
Wow.
she is home recovering right now. Well, if anything, hopefully the doc sent her home with some good drugs.
Yeah. Probably going to need them come PT days.
Oh, yes, sir. 4 laps left here to go tonight in the Goat Locker Racing Truck Series from Watkins, Glen. This is race number 3 of season number 3. And like we were talking about before, Cody McIllwain and Nathan Summerville have been swapping back who wins each of the first 2 weeks. One finishes first, one finishes second. We had the closest finish in Goat Locker Racing history last week at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Cody McIllwain won by 5/1000ths of a second over Nathan Summerville, and just a finish to end all finishes. It was just a phenomenal race.
And then we followed up with the biggest route in Goat Locker Racing history.
Yep, pretty much.
I know I really probably sound like I'm, raining on Joseph Causey's parade. I don't mean to do that. This is just, I guess I'm just disappointed this has not turned out to the race I expected to see after seeing how practice looked and everything. I really thought this was going to be a super competitive race, and it just isn't turning out that way.
Yeah, and I think, JB, it's the difference of who made mistakes and who didn't. And Joseph Causey has made 0 mistakes. He's had I would say, he's had a couple small issues with lap traffic where oh my goodness, and Cody McIllwain almost gets wrapped up there in another little accident. Where the 6 and the 49 really had more difficulties with lap traffic, and both of them made mistakes during that green flag stop. So I'm with you. I'd love to see a lot more competitive race, but this has really just come down to who made mistakes and who didn't.
Yeah, just like you said, Joseph Causey has been flawless. And now he can afford to be, super patient with this lap traffic that he's dealing with now. The 4 truck of Mike Browning. You can see him right behind him, so this thing's over because ain't nobody going to catch him.
Yeah, and Mike Browning running in 12th position right now, so the 12th place truck getting ready to go a lap down.
Just lets him go. Good move by Mike Browning. Doesn't hold up the leader.
2 laps left here to go tonight. I usually say something clever at this point in time, like 2 laps left to go to settle this thing out. I don't think there's much to settle.
Yeah, this thing was settled 20 laps ago.
It sure was. Don't look like Cody McIllwain's going to have enough steam underneath the hood of that truck to catch up. He is about 5.8 seconds back of Nathan Summerville. He did cut 10 seconds off of that lead, during this run here. So we know that 6 has still got a lot of steam underneath the hood. And it's going to be a good recovery and a good finish. I know that Cody is not going to feel that way about tonight's race. But when you look at everything that kind of went down and what he's had to recover from to come back and finish 6th, he should be very proud.
I mean, it's a point-saving night. I mean, you end up having to make 2 stops and get held for a penalty on this road course with no hope of a caution to get you caught back up. and to come back and finish sixth, I mean, great night for him. Definitely nothing to sneeze at. Once again, Nathan Summerville, I mean, the two of them in the early going of this season show that they are the contenders for this championship, and he's staying right there, matching points with Nathan Summerville, so they're probably going to just be right where they were at.
Oh, the 49 truck is blown up.
Oh no!
Scott Rankin has blown up. A lot of smoke coming underneath the hood of that truck. I think that front end damage finally got to him as he decides to take out all the cones right there. I don't know. That truck is not under power right now as he's trying to coast back to pit lane.
Tough break for Scott. Wow.
Yep, and that truck is blown up. I'm not sure that he is going to make it back to pit road here. And I hope, yep, he knows he's not going to make it, so he stops and toes. And we are on the final lap here. It looks like Joseph Cossey is going to round down through our last set of corners here. As he rounds the last corner, he's going to see the checker flag wave in the air.
Hey, the 9 of Trevor McManus is smoking now.
Yes, he is. Pretty significant.
He does seem to be running, but I mean, is he going to be able to make it back before this thing lets go? What is going on with Indy Autosports?
We'll keep an eye on Trevor McManus here as he's rounding the last set of corners. So I think he's going to be okay. Not sure what's going on with that truck either, or why it's starting to blow up. But
he's some front end damage on his truck as well. But I mean, I just can't see that being that significant. But Trevor will definitely be able to finish the race. I mean, he's on the front stretch now. He'll get to the start-finish line. And Nathan Summerville was letting it all hang out, trying to make up that ground. But unbelievable what has happened here in the closing laps.
Cody McIllwain's going to finish in 5th position. So top 5 finish for him tonight, but Joseph Cossey, the man of the hour, with a dominant win here tonight at Watkins Glen.
And even Nathan Summerville, I didn't realize he's got quite a bit of damage to the rear of his truck as well.
I do think these trucks got real loose on the long run, and we saw a couple guys. We saw Scott Rankin really trying to, figure out the handle of that truck and get squirrely quite a few different times. And I think, a couple of these trucks here and why we weren't able to catch some of it live, I think that it got the best of some of these trucks.
Yeah, I agree. But what a dominating performance by that 33 of Joseph Cossey. As far as I'm aware, this is his first Goat Locker Racing event, and he flat wore this field out. Winning by a 34-second margin. Just complete domination. And you're gonna do some cool burnouts.
I mean, if you're going to win in that dominant a fashion, I mean, you better celebrate in a dominant fashion too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's cool. Wow.
Yeah, what a race. And so we'll wait for Trevor McManus to get into the waiting room right now. We got Joe Yates sitting in there, and hopefully Joseph Cossey knows to come to the waiting room, because obviously I don't see him anywhere in Discord. Oh, there he is. He's moved up into the waiting room.
Okay, all right, cool.
So now I'm just waiting on Trevor. Maybe Trevor's not going to show up after. Maybe he was listening. Oh, there he is. All right, let's get a hold of our 3rd place finisher, Trevor McManus. Hey, Trevor, it's Pat and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah. Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good, man. Good solid run for you here tonight. Come bringing that 9 truck home in 3rd position. Saw a lot of smoke.
Motor.
Yeah, saw a lot of smoke as you were coming to the start-finish line there, but still got it home in 3rd position. So take us through your race here tonight and how you got the podium finish.
Uh, well, to start the race off, I had no crew chief or anything. I forgot to turn my program on. So the first couple of laps, I was yelling at my daughter to come turn on the program and everything. And then just kind of wanted to get in a rhythm. I had Joe in front of me. He had messed up, and we had some spinners. Didn't want to take him out. I don't know what happened to Cody or how I even got to third place. I know I jumped Joe in pit stops, and then on the last or second to last lap there, I guess Scott clipped the grass, and I hit him and blew my motor and had enough of a lead to come home third. It's pretty cool.
Hey, Trevor, congratulations, man. Great finish. I mean, yeah, it was pretty dramatic there. You smoking at the end. Weren't sure if you were going to make it back to the line or not, but man, great race tonight. Uh, the cars looked pretty, or the trucks looked pretty slick out there. Did it ever come in, or was it just loose all the whole entire run?
No, it never came in. It was definitely a driver's race tonight. Um, Fortunately, I got a big team behind me, and they helped me out with some steering ratio things, and we got it kind of tightened up, but not really, and not enough. And it was just take care of that throttle pedal. Just put an egg underneath your foot and don't crack it.
All right, man. Well, that's worked out for you well tonight. Nice top three finish. Anybody you want to thank? Shout out sponsors.
First, I want to just throw out some prayers to the Ukraine and everybody that's going through everything over there. I mean, I think that's one of the most important things going on in the world right now is just the prayers for everybody over there dealing with that. Obviously, our troops for keeping us safe, our first responders for taking care of our people here when something happens. My wife, my daughter, for being there. Obviously, my daughter tonight was huge help. My wife's always there for me. We just got back from Argentina, getting married the second time. My family for always supporting me. Indy Autosport, Martin Sports, Sim Racer Coin, all those guys over there that help us all get better and better. And you guys, of course, for putting this on. Love it. I'm so happy to be back and have it broadcasted. I hope there's some people out there watching and enjoyed the race tonight.
Yeah, well, we definitely enjoyed it for sure. Got a good crowd watching here tonight. You put on a heck of a show, and congratulations on that third place finish, buddy. And we'll see you next week.
Hey, thanks, guys. Have a good one. Thank you very
man.
much for your service, too.
Yes, sir. There's Trevor McManus. See, we talked all that crap about him, and then he comes up here and he's actually nice. Man, we can't get anything right, Jamie.
Oh, we can't.
All right, let's grab a hold of Joe Yates here. Hey, Joe, Pat, and Jamie up in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say a somewhat uneventful night. I mean, you ran a very solid race. You and Trevor kind of ran together almost all race long there, just kind of minding your own business, and you're able to bring that 87 home in second place. So first, congratulations on the second place finish. But just take us through your race here tonight and how you brought her home.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure you said it wasn't an exciting race, but I can tell you from behind the wheel tonight, that was exciting every single lap. I mean, these trucks were very tail happy. They wanted to spin out in just about every corner. So I was just doing my best to just, manage the truck more than anything, just not make those mistakes and just get it to the finish. I mean, I have not had the best of starts to the season. We had the mistake in the pit strategy at Vegas and then caught up in a late race crash last week. So I just wanted to come into this one and just, no mistakes, just kind of cruise through it. And I was sitting fourth, and I'm like, hey, that's a good finish. Like, I'm happy with that. And then I guess my teammates crashed each other again, and I got second place.
Hey, Joe, man, congratulations on such a strong run. It wasn't too long ago when you and road racing were just not a good match, and you have really turned that around. What do you attribute that to?
I mean, I've just been doing more road course racing. I mean, our team, we ran the 24 Hours of Daytona and the Bathurst race, and I've put in a lot of practice on, running the GT cars and the touring cars and just more laps with the stock cars on the road courses. Like I feel like something has finally clicked that I've been missing for so many years when it comes to these road courses. And more than anything, I'm just enjoying them more. Like I used to just be like, oh, we're going to a road course again. I don't want to do that. And now I'm just like, hey, we're going to a road course. This will be fun, something different. And I think just having that, changing that attitude about going to the race and what the race is going to be like, I think that has a higher impact on performance in a race than other drivers might think.
Well, maybe one day some of that stuff will rub off on me because I would
No.
definitely like to be better at them. But again, man, congratulations on a strong finish. Joseph Causey definitely had the field covered tonight, but man, you brought it home in second place. So great job there. Anybody you want to thank? Shout out sponsors.
Well, we got to thank Indy Autosport. Our team. We work really well together when it comes to practicing during the week and getting things figured out. And then I also want to shout out my main sponsor here at Glenish, new streaming platform. We just celebrated our 1 year birthday of the launch of the platform this past week. So huge shout out to those guys for sticking around for a year, and it's going to be another good year of streaming on Glenish.
Awesome, Joe. Congratulations on a strong finish here tonight, and we'll see you next week, brother.
Sounds good. We'll see you next week.
So let me go back and say, I'm sure the road racing stuff is going to wear off on you, and you're going to get better at road racing, Jamie. We've been practicing, we've been getting better. The positive attitude part, I don't think that's going to that's not going to rub off on you. If you ever show up one day just full of happiness and joy, I'm going to think something went horridly wrong. All right, let's get a hold of our race winner.
So that's what you took from all.
That's the only thing I took from that. Let's talk to Joseph here. Hey, Joseph, it's Pat and JB up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Holy smokes, man, did you put a whooping on the field tonight. But congratulations on a very strong win here tonight at Watkins, Glen. Man, just take us through your race, how that truck was feeling. We've heard from some other drivers how loose it was. But you seem to manage that truck perfectly tonight and just absolutely put a whooping on them.
Yeah, it was pretty loose. So I mean, it was just able to be able to how should I modulate the throttle. You gotta be easy on the throttle. Be choice with your gear selections on where you make your gears. A lot of places, I don't know. I know a lot of people probably do like second through turn 6 or turn 7, or I think that's what it is at the last turns before the start
Mm-hmm.
finish line. I like to roll in third in a lot of places. The only place I really go in second here is the first turn, and I mean it's just keeping your tires underneath you basically, and just knowing how much to push.
Well, Joe, you've definitely got that figured out, man. Congratulations on pulling off the win here tonight. This is your first race, official race here at Goat Locker Racing, and you dominated the field. Where have you been the first 2 weeks, man?
My regular people I used to race with, they disbanded their what you call it, their league. So I mean, I wanted to find something for Thursdays. I'm a disabled veteran. I don't have much to do, so I stay at home all the time. So I'm like, I find leagues to race in like every day that I can, just to have something to do.
Well, right on, man. Glad to have you here, and hopefully we're going to see more of you around. Again, man, congratulations on a dominating win here tonight. Anybody you need to thank? Shout out, sponsors?
Um, Thanks, my guys at Frontline Esports. Probably don't know I'm racing this, but hey, I'll shout them out. Frontline Esports. Who else? Razor Apparel and freaking Abruzzi.
Well, right on, man. But congratulations on a strong finish tonight. Glad to have you in the league. Glad to have another veteran in our league with us. As everybody knows, Goat Locker Racing was built by veterans for veterans. So awesome to have you on board. Strong win here tonight, and can't wait to see you back behind the wheel of this truck next Thursday.
Definitely.
All righty, Jamie. There it is. Watkins Glen.
There you go. Race number 3 is in the books.
And we saw a lot of different things here tonight. We saw some strong runs out of some guys. I mean, I think we've chronicled it enough. I mean, Joseph Causey, I mean, stomped a mud hole on him, put a whooping on him, something about a yard. I mean, we can come up with a lot of great analogies here, or sayings, or whatever the heck. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but some great runs out of some other guys as well. I mean, Joe Yanks, yeah, tough start to this season so far, and very strong finish tonight. So I know he's super happy about that. We saw Cody McIllwain have his issues on pit road, but recover back to fifth position. And then you're right; those closing laps got really strange. Scott Rankin blows a motor, finishes 2 laps down. Trevor McManus was blowing up coming to the start-finish line, but is able to bring his truck back home in third place. And we heard from a lot of drivers. I mean, it was a tough setup tonight.
Yeah, and it showed. We saw a lot of guys uncharacteristically just the back end is really hanging out. You don't typically see that here at Watkins Glen, especially with these trucks. The trucks are underpowered. Trucks getting loose is just really not a
Mm.
huge issue, but it was tonight for sure. They were definitely were a handful, and it showed. I mean, good job by everybody that was able just to finish this race.
Yeah, and we made the move this season and for anybody that's listening and wants to know where the setup came from, this is all Jamie's fault because Jamie said use open setups. So this is Jamie's fault. I repeat, Jamie's fault. But at some of these tracks, iRacing does. They have a traditional setup and they have what's called an open setup, and the open one being a little bit more competitive. And we made the move this season. It is a fixed league. The setups are handed to these drivers and they go race them. But we made the move to the open setups, and in some ways, I like that they had a challenging race tonight. They had to learn that truck control and they had to learn throttle control and those types of things. And while it might have been a little bit frustrating for some, um, I think Trevor said it best. It was a driver's race.
Absolutely, and that showed. Um, the driver has more of an influence when the setup is like the way it is. Now, it's not typically this drastic at most tracks.
No.
The open setup is typically freer
Hmm.
than the regular fixed setup for sure. But most tracks, honestly, to me, it makes it a little bit easier to drive. It doesn't get so pushy as the run goes on. But yeah, I get it. Tonight was a handful, but hey, that's racing for you.
Yep. Yep. And so as we look forward to the rest of the season here, it got the schedule up on the old TV screen. Finished up our first 3 races here, 3 different winners. We're going to move on next week to Bristol night, and then the following week we'll be at Talladega for some super speedway racing. We'll take a week off, and then the second half of the season will kick in. But you'll notice some changes here this year. Again, we talked a little bit earlier. We got another road course coming on April 14th. We're going to head to Sonoma, the traditional track at Sonoma, the one that NASCAR is moving back to this year. And then for our playoffs, it's not going to be a one and done. Each round has got 2 races in it, short of obviously the championship 4, which will be settled at Auto Club again, which provided a great championship race last season. So looking forward to a great season. Again, thanks to everybody that tunes in and supports us here at Goat Locker Racing. We are a league built by veterans for veterans. We support them in any way and all ways possible. Stay tuned. We've got some giveaways coming. We've got some brand new hats we just got in. So we're going to do some hat giveaways and things like that. Thanks to Jam Printing and Promotions. Thanks to Gill Insurance Advisors. Thanks to Veterans 48, the great veteran nonprofit agency down there in the Panhandle of Florida, building motorcycles for disabled veterans. Thanks to our Goat Locker Racing drivers and their families that come out and support us, like the Pendletons and the Ellingtons and everything. We do truly appreciate it. We're off tomorrow. We're going to be behind the wheel of the ARCA cars on Sunday for some fun. We'll probably throw it up just for fun too. So come out and support us, and then we'll move into the racing next week. So again, thanks to everybody that came out, and we'll see you on hopefully Sunday.